Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
I'm Corey Ballmeister.
We have been off for quite a bit of time because of the holidays, and we are back in Roanoke, ready to get going with
For one more day.
yes, with our next year of Versus Live in 2020. But how was your break?
Oh my God!
You went home to North Dakota. I was in Connecticut, so
yep.
I imagine it was a little bit colder there.
Yeah, I saw this crazy thing. It was just like it was this white stuff all over the ground. I haven't seen it here. I went on a bike ride before I went home, and then there's just snow everywhere when I went home. The neighboring city from where I went to visit family got 27 inches in one storm while I was there. Yeah. I'm surprised I made it back, to be honest. Like, I just had no delays or anything, but overall, it was awesome. I had a lot of good food, got to hang with family, and, do the usual stuff.
It's nice to have a break from the grind. Our off season is usually sort of that holiday season in December. So
yeah, most people's, I guess, right?
Yeah. I was back home in Connecticut for 10 days. Got to see a bunch of old friends, see family, and
cute puppy pictures I saw.
Yes. lots of quality time with Jelly Bean.
Yes.
But we got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
How was your break?
It was good. I got some new shoes, so it's perfect.
Oh, for Christmas or?
Yeah.
Nice.
You were home in Kentucky, I imagine.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Did you get any fried chicken?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I'm sure you're very, very excited when people make that joke, huh?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. Knew it. I knew
it's like
it.
Horses and fried chicken. That's basically
how close are you to the original KFC, the one that is not franchised and still was owned by his wife? It's in Corbin, I think, Kentucky.
Yeah, it's in Corbin, Kentucky. I think it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from where I live.
Have you ever been?
I've never been. No.
Okay.
It better be better.
I hear it's really, really good.
Really?
It's like the old, original recipe. And when Colonel Sanders, who is an actual person, sold the thing to whoever ended up making it what it is now.
Yep.
He apparently spent the next decade of his life going into different KFC locations and tasting the food and getting really mad that it was horrible.
But they've torn it away from me.
Yeah. No,
so he kept one, huh?
Yeah, he said that the original was gonna, and his wife ran it as a different name.
Nice.
It's a whole thing.
Interesting.
It's the original. It's pressure fried the way he used to do it. And,
yum.
It's supposed to be excellent.
Yum.
As always, we are brought to you by Star City Games and sponsored by Carnox Chairs. The holiday season may be over, but you can still get 10% off a Carnox chair.
You don't need a specific time for giving.
No. All year round. Our affiliate link works that way. That is carnox.com/SCG. You'll get 10% off of your purchase. We got the first open of 2020 in season 1. It is Team Modern in Columbus this weekend. So we're going to be playing some Modern for you all today.
Yeah. And the next weekend is Modern as well. Yeah. So we got a lot of Modern on the horizon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that
no means... Modern Horizon pun intended, but.
And that means we're going to have a lot of Oko.
Yeah.
That's one of the formats where you can still play that card.
And it might be the last couple weekends that you can play it. If it just runs as rampant as it did in the Players' Championship, I would not be shocked if for the next level or for the next layer of Modern Premium events that we maybe are not allowed to play that card.
It's definitely teetering on the brink.
We can hope.
So we're going to be starting with a matchup that we think is going to show up a lot over the weekend. I'm going to be playing the Simic Urza deck. That has been so popular over the last 2 months or so.
Yeah, pretty close to the Sam Black deck that he's been kind of popularizing over at SCG.
His variant that has Ice Fang Coatls and Archmage's Charms.
And Stoic Rebuttal is something I haven't seen except in his list. But
a little bit more controlling. You get to play a draw-go game a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. And that's something that's a little bit new. We see a lot fewer Emerys in this list. Only one in the main. There's one more in the sideboard.
How do you feel about that? Because that card's been insane whenever I've played it.
Yeah, so Emery's one of those cards that, if it lives, it's great. Yeah. So it has a lower floor, but obviously a much higher ceiling. I can see the argument that you'd rather have the more consistent value in a deck that has such, incredible power level because of Urza and Oko and all the deck synergies. Personally, I'm still on the Emery side of things.
Yeah.
I think just Emery EE is so lights out in so many matchups. And the fact that Emery sort of digs for the EE is really important. So I'm still towards the Emery side. But Ice Fang Coatl, in my testing, I haven't played much with it. But playing against it, card's annoying.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And if you ever play a creature matchup, I mean, if Jund or something like that was more prevalent, like that was eating Tarmogoyfs like nobody's business. But so here's my kind of thought on Emery. It's like, so most of the time it costs 1 mana in these decks, or 2 if you're really, really unlucky, basically. And it is either point a premium removal spell at it, so it's 1 mana to exchange for their 1 mana removal. So maybe like that is the floor. Pretty low. But the ceiling is like, okay, I drew 7 cards with Bobble coming back every single turn. I flipped over cards like Cryptic Command, and now my Sanctuary late game brings it back. And you don't really realize, they're like, oh yeah, I have this interaction because Emery. So I just think like the ceiling is so high on that card. It's like up there with Oko. It's up there with Urza, that it seems kind of crazy for me that people don't play it. But I do think Quaddle has its certain applications in the metagame. And if the metagame becomes more creature-based, like humans, like Jund or something like that, I would think about that exchange. But right now, when you're playing mirrors and stuff, where there's other blue-green decks that don't kill things very easily, it seems right to me to be playing just more powerful cards.
I completely agree. And that ceiling is just so high. It is a card that really can take over a game.
Yeah.
Ice and Quaddle's never going to do something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely still on the Emery side, but we wanted to showcase some of the new tech that people are trying out in these decks. Because the metagame really is sort of revolving around the Oko decks. There's a lot of new archetypes, and one of which we'll see a little bit later in the show, that have popped up to try to combat these decks, and then they are in turn are trying to combat the mirror matches. And this sort of controlling game plan is a way to do that. Because, that kind of plan is good against a deck that's just slamming 3 and 4 mana threats, and is a little threat light, right? You only have the Okos, the Urzas, maybe the Emerys. And if you're going to draw maybe 2 of those early on, if you just have 2 counter spells for those because you're playing this draw go game, and then or just they tap out, you counter the first thing, and then land your own threat, and now they're on the back foot already. It's not a bad, like strategically, I like the way it's positioned. It just sacrifices some power level to do so, and I'm not sure if that sacrifice is worth it.
And another sacrifice that I think is really prevalent when you do that kind of stuff is, like most counterspell decks, your game 1 is pretty good because, you're reacting to people's stuff. They don't have proper silver bullets for you. But post-board against these Simic decks, like, they have up to 3 disputes. They have up to 3 veils. It's like, now you have a 1 mana way to push through your things that truly matter. And then if you push through 1, they're stuck with counterspells in your hand and you resolved an Oko. It's like, and you drew a card off Veil, so I don't know. I tend to just like to be more proactive, just as my personal preference. But obviously VTCLA, Sam Black, they've been having a lot of success with this list. They're smart people, so let's try it out, huh?
Let's do it. What do you got?
Right, I'm going to be playing the Bant Stoneforge kind of snow list that we saw, kind of like by Zach Allen,
Harlan Fear set.
Yep, all played at the Players' Championship to pretty decent success. Maybe it wasn't the Bant deck of the tournament. Maybe Oliver Tomiko's and Abe Corbin's Bant list that they had may have been more hyped or whatever. But this deck looked really sweet. I wanted to play it and see if it could stand up to this powerhouse. So.
Hey.
All right.
I see marbles over there. I can't remember how they got there. It's been so long.
It's been so long. But you know what? That was last decade. We don't have to worry about that. The only thing that truly matters is if I keep them here the whole decade.
What truly matters is I'm on the play.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's true.
And I will keep this 7.
Okay.
Definitely looking for explosive mana draws, and I have that, and I get to dig it pretty hard towards a good threat for turn 2 and 3.
Dig's banned in this format. Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, and my hand, same. Really good mix of spells here. Got some things to do, so we're going to keep this.
What you don't realize is I added a Drawn from Dreams to the deck.
Oh, smart.
Okay, let's play an Astrolabe.
Okay.
Card. Play a Bauble. Play an Opal. Play a Gilded Goose.
Whoa, that's too many things.
We ate a lot of good food over the holiday break, so we're back on the Skull Apple diet in 2020 to help slim down.
No kidding. We needed it. All right, well, we're going to start with this. I think I want to go and get myself a breeding pool here. Take 2 and play a Birds of the Paradise.
You don't have anything else?
That's all my deck does. Yeah, you have 1,000 permanents.
I played a bird, and I played 3 other things. Where are your other things?
I know, my things are not there. Not there. All right, I'm at 17, and I'll pass to you.
Okay, I'll bobble you on the end step.
Okay.
Still have 3 artifacts for the Opal.
All right.
Okay, that's a good one to know about. Upkeep draw. And I'll draw for turn.
Okay. What kind of nonsense you got for me?
Not much. Bobble myself.
Okay. Trying to use fetch land, I assume, to see if you want that.
And I do want that. So we'll play a Quaddle.
Okay.
And draw it.
Sure.
And then just play Mystic Sanctuary now. I don't have time to hold it in my hand.
Okay.
Just pass the turn.
Alrighty. All right, we are going to go for Oko. Hope it resolves.
Yep.
All right, now you know what? I have had a lot of Christmas stacks, too. I need some skull apples. Pass to you.
And we're dead. We know Corey has Force Negation in his hand, because we saw it from Bobble.
Oh, okay. I was like, dang. Yeah, maybe you're dead with that top deck I just had, but...
So we can't really play this.
Oh, we don't have an Urza over there, do we there, Mr. Ross Merriam?
Nope. I drew 4 extra cards. Maybe I should have shuffled this away, digging for an Urza, because I knew about the Force.
May the Force be with you. Speaking of Star Wars, we got to see that in Columbus, huh?
Yeah, that's my plan. I haven't seen it yet. Been dodging spoilers.
Yep, that resolves.
I guess I should.
Okay, well, let me tell you, man. Okay, so first... No.
Spoiler alert, there are lightsabers in it.
Oh, you ruined it.
Absolutely.
I guess we have to watch playoff football now, Rob.
Okay, attack for 1.
Quaddle.
You're up.
All right. I was like, oh, yeah, my food doesn't do as much anymore. All right. Well, now what do we want to do here? All right, we got a hand that's pretty solid here. And you have access to 4 mana. We're going to start with an Astrolabe.
Yep.
Drop. Not an insane draw. Now we'll go with... I think I want to actually start getting busy with this food, or I just want to tick up and maybe try to start stealing stuff. That Spellbomb can bounce my food, but I don't know if I truly care about that too much.
Can also bounce anything you steal.
That's true. So you know what? We're going to Elk. We're going to get in there.
Take 3. 17 all.
17 all. Second main phase. I'm going to go with a Stoneforge Mystic.
Definitely not letting this one resolve.
Come on.
Don't think there's any reason to get the breeding pool since I have Opal and Astrolabe.
Yep.
So I'll go to 16.
And Goose, yeah.
And Goose, yeah. And we'll Cryptic this. Now, definitely countering. And the question is whether I draw a card or bounce the Oko.
Okay.
Not sure how much bouncing the Oko does. But could draw another counter spell. That would be pretty neat.
That would be neat. Can bounce your own Sanctuary and draw one eventually.
5 mana right now. This is still going to be really tough because of that Force of Negation. There's just no real way for me to get ahead. So I think I am going to bounce the Oko, though.
Okay. All right, and then pass. I did not have a land. That was the only reason I jammed the Mystic.
Well.
Yeah. That changes things a bit, huh?
That does things. Now we've got some play. So let's make a food.
Okay.
We have 3 artifacts, because I need green for that.
Okay.
Then we're gonna bounce the bird.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right.
Now,
well, that's not good.
if we can draw another threat.
Okay, well, top of our deck has not been nice to us, and now we have 1,000 cards in hand. Now, do we want to attack into this Ice Fang? I think so. I don't want you to bounce or anything, so do that. Get that out of here. Then we're going to go with a...
Yeah, I have three Snowbirds.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll go with a bird.
Yep.
Pass to you.
Okay, this is the turn we need to catch up.
Don't do it.
Need a good draw.
Don't do it.
That does not count.
Yay! 2020 is off to a good start.
Ice Fang Quaddle.
Okay.
Every Quaddle I've drawn would have been much, much better as an Emery.
As an Emery? Yeah, I'm cold to Emery right now. I have like Path or whatever to deal with that, but sure, yep. Okay.
And there's just no point in playing this into the Force, so pass the turn.
May the Force be with me. Oh boy, well, we have so many cards. You have 2 cards?
Yep.
I have to assume that it's not a counter spell. But I mean, it easily could be, but I'm not going to discard, so I think I have to jam a spell here. Force, unfortunately, only works during your turn, but you also have the possibility of going Polluted Delta for a Mystic Sanctuary and then putting a Cryptic on top. So it's kind of like my last chance to try, so let's go for an Oko.
Yep.
All right. Let's just get a Skull Apple and pass to you.
Okay. Well, I will get a Mystic Sanctuary.
Cryptic Command your draw.
Yep.
Not a bad Magic card.
So I'm at 15.
Okay.
Can also filter one of these into a green and make another food.
Okay. Ross, you've been overeating through the holidays, man. You know, portion control, okay? You've already had a few Skull Apples. Just calm down, man.
It's been 2 weeks. I haven't had a Skull Apple. I'm craving.
Yeah, your teeth look like they're not shattered and bloody anymore from eating all those Skull Apples. Yeah. So you've had enough time off. Will these Skull Apple jokes ever get old, do you think?
Nope.
I don't think so either.
Okay. Make a green.
Okay.
Play a Mox Opal.
Okay.
Play an Oko.
Okay. How much mana do you have open?
I have 4 mana open.
Oh.
Conveniently.
Oh, is that the case? Well, guess I still want to do this. Yeah, we're going to go pitch this.
Okay, so what do I want to do with this Cryptic Command other than counter that Force of Negation? I could bounce the Oko and force Corey to recast it next turn and have it be on a little bit less loyalty. I can bounce the bird and really just put you behind on mana still. Or I can draw a card because while I'm sort of ahead on board, I now have no cards left in hand and Corey's got like 5 left over.
Yep.
Yeah. It's unclear to me. What do I want to do? I kind of want to leave the Oko on the battlefield because I get to attack it this turn for 4 and put it under quite a bit of pressure. I'm a little bit worried about a second Oko out of Corey. If I draw a card, right? Because you can animate Elk, play Oko, animate this, and then send 6 at my Oko. So I think I have to bounce the bird.
Okay.
We're just playing sort of a tempo game plan.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm the last one left with an Oko.
Not bad.
So I will make this an Elk and send your Oko down to 2.
Okay, down to 2. You also had the option to bounce Sanctuary and recast that and just get another Cryptic, but then your draw step's eaten up, but something to think about. Okay, well, of course we didn't hit a land. Let's see here.
This deck is just full of cards that all have a million choices.
Pretty much.
I'm surprised it doesn't just play Gifts Ungiven for the hell of it.
Right? Right? No kidding. Okay. Well, so I can pump this Oko up to 3, make a food for a blocker, be able to block here, and then the other food token can attack and take down Oko. So Oko is in a scary spot right now. Now I can try to start drawing some cards, hope to find a land. I think I'm far enough behind that I have to do that. So we're going to funnel blue, green, Quaddle. That was good. Needed that one. Okay, so now we're going to play a bird as well. And then we will Elkofied this, and pass to you. We're on defense. We got cards in hand, so we are just trying to play the long game.
Yeah, that was actually incredible.
Yeah, any sack land would have been great. I really needed the snow.
Okay. That's interesting. Fortunately, it doesn't do a whole lot.
But it's interesting. That's all that really matters.
It's certainly interesting.
Yeah, and this might be what we're going to be seeing a lot at Columbus is 2 Okos just trying to kill each other. And then whichever Oko kills the other Oko, that's usually who wins the game. Now it's just which shell is kind of better, you know? White cards for Path, Spell Queller, and Teferi. Black for Abrupt Decay, like we've been seeing the Lotus Box boys. You know, just blue-green ramping with Primeval Titan. It's a lot of blue and green decks. We'll definitely be seeing them.
Just isn't good.
Yeah.
Just isn't good.
Your goose is just so much more majestic than my birds, though. Look at the small wings compared to these giant goose wings.
There's nothing more majestic than a bird of paradise.
What about a goose,
Look
man?
how colorful they are.
It's protecting his eggs. All right, let's play Magic. Well,
It probably can't even fly. It's covered in gold. You know how heavy gold is?
Yeah. Or those wings are strong. One of the two.
Yeah. So I guess all we do is trade off a bunch, which is not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So let's.
Yep. We'll block those.
Yep.
All right. So this goes down to 2.
Does indeed, and I will pass the turn.
Okay.
I should have before.
To make a food.
Yeah, I wanted to make another food.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before anything before I make this thing because it's before I need to make that.
Sure. Yep.
Just
I
pretend
got
to
you.
make another food.
I was tapped out, so
Yeah.
I was hellbent. All right. Well,
Maybe hold on to just to protect against another Oko animating these things. I'm going to play an EE for 1.
E for 1. Okay. It's pretty scary.
There was no real good way for me to make
That's a pretty good draw.
to make an EE that turn.
Yeah.
'Cause your blockers were 1, 2, or 0, 1, and 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you can make skull apples, be able to attack to pressure Oko. So I could try to tick up. I could try to tick up with Oko and just make a food. So it goes to 4, but then you can still attack with Quaddle. So I'd have to do some blocking there. Now just turning something into an elk, you know, is going to prompt you to destroy stuff. So this is not the easiest. Let's see.
Still so many cards in your hand.
I know.
It's not fair.
And they're good. They're good Magic cards, but that EE really put a damper on my plans. All right, let's make a food.
Yep.
And what else do I want to do? I think I probably want to get this going here. Teferi?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything I can really bounce? I don't think so. So I think we're just going to tick up. And oops, I tapped this incorrectly. And then we'll pass to you.
You have an Astrolabe, so.
That's true. Well, it doesn't really matter.
Pretty clear that Corey has a path here.
You never know. I have a path to something. Hopefully it's a path to victory.
Pretty clear that there's a path there. So, not much we can do about it. I don't think there's. Maybe I was supposed to pop that EE on my turn just to deal with your bird and keep you behind on mana. Then I'd lose my goose.
It's close. It would have hurt me, that's for sure.
Yeah. That was the worst draw on my entire deck.
Basic island? Not even a snow island? Okay, there we go.
Worst draw on the deck.
Love it. Yeah, these games are always interesting, though. That's for sure. Always very skill intensive, which adds just, a fun layer. I honestly, being realistic, I have been loving Pioneer. I love Standard. Modern has been my least favorite format, but I've really enjoyed testing for this tournament. Like, all the games are good, Yeah, we're going to path the apple.
I will get my forest.
And you attacked Oko, right?
Yep.
All right, Oko's at 3.
Really not much we can do.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Don't want to pop the E?
No.
Okay.
At this point, like there's not much for me to gain. I think I have to start trying to grind at this point from behind, and the Gilded Goose at least gives me a lot more resources.
Yeah.
Hopefully when I find an Urza, if that sticks.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
The one turning point was maybe I wasn't supposed to keep this Oko, though I eventually navigated it down onto the battlefield.
Yeah, I think it seems correct.
Well, it was after I knew you had the Force, and then the second bauble when I looked at the top of mine and drew it off the first Quaddle.
Oh,
I
sure.
left an Oko there.
Okay.
And I just had Cryptic, but I figured I would just need more threats. Maybe I was supposed to just dig hard toward an Urza, give myself one more look for that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm going to take up on that. And I am going to make an elk. And I'm going to attack Oko. And I'll pass to you.
And step make a food.
Yep.
It's an interesting draw.
Interesting. Yeah, it's been a good game. Elk the food.
Yeah, elk this food.
Okay.
Oko.
Oko, the Broco, eh? Let's spell queller that. Yeah.
So now if I attack Oko, you either lose yours or block with the Queller. Fortunately, I will not get the Oko back because of the Teferi.
Or it'd be a legend rule anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, which means I would get up be able to make a
Yeah,
blocker
of
for
course,
your elk.
of course, yeah.
And so I have to worry about
that is a sweet interaction.
I have to worry about the crack back, right?
Yeah.
I guess if you trade this off, your Oko, in order to make something that attacks, has to animate a 1. So I could go block this elk, sack the EE, and protect that way, which is fine, I guess. I can't really beat another path, so let's attack your Oko.
All right, path that.
Figure there was another path.
If we know anything from our practice games, I know how to draw a pass.
So now I am pretty well dead.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how fast, it's kind of a tempo game.
Yeah, is that one turn? I tried to play the tempo game, and that one turn you drew the forest off the Quaddle to keep your Oko alive. Did everything.
Yeah.
And from there, my tempo game is squashed, and you had all the time in the world to deploy all the extra resources from your hand.
Okay, so here I'm going to give you kind of a window to save your goose, because it's going to go to your hand, and you're allowed to EE, but it gives me a clean path to kill Oko, and I think that's what I need right now.
Yeah. So I'm going to make a food, and I might actually just pop the EE and
prevent the card draw?
Yeah, to prevent the card draw.
Seems reasonable.
Though, actually, once again, I think
Goose is just a great card as well. Yeah. You just want it,
Yeah,
right.
I'd rather not trade resources when you're already ahead.
Exactly. Okay, so now we'll attack Oko. Now that we got the Broco out of there, now we're just going to get a food. Skull Apple here. I don't really want to... Rob, if we can take a look at my hand real quick. I don't want to give away too much. I don't want to deploy this because of the EE. And then I really don't want to... I want to use this as a way to fall back So I don't really want to jam this now. So I think what I want to be doing here is just saying go.
Okay. On your end step, I'll pop the E and just get some value.
Okay. These are gone.
Still have enough artifacts for the opal, so no worries there.
Okay.
Play.
Here comes a goose. Yep.
Fortunately, just drew a land.
How many Mystic Sanctuaries you play?
I'm not sure.
They're usually 2, but
yeah, not drawing a lot of threats in this game.
no, yeah, you've drawn some key lands, and I didn't draw lands at the beginning. So, but being deprived of land usually beats somebody drawing too many of lands. Eventually, you draw out of it. Yep.
2 sanctuaries, Russ.
2 sanctuaries.
Yeah, let's attack the Teferi so you can't bounce.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right, I got nothing, so we're gonna untap. All right, we'll go like this. And do we want to take anything of yours? Not really. So we are just going to Alkify, and we're gonna try to close this game now. Let's get in there.
I will go to 8.
8. I had you at 15.
Maybe I missed a fetch. 7.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and then I think we can safely play a Noble. Take this up and pass to you. All right, we need to fade a big draw.
I'm going to throw a food away in your instep.
10.
10.
Okay.
You can go.
All right. I'll go to 16. And we'll get a duel here. Gonna untap, and it looks like we got 2 blockers, but 2 food plus a goose, so you're technically at 19. Gonna be pretty tough to kill you, but we may be able to try. All right, so I could bounce this, could maybe do something to this. I could attack. That's, yeah, nowhere near. With that being the case, I think we just want to get in there again. This Noble Hierarch is really not doing anything, though, too, so we're just going to elk it. And let's get in there.
4 blocks, I'll play Quaddle. Oh, yeah, I can't do that. I'm just... Don't mind me.
Yeah. We're freshening up. It's 2020. We haven't played in a decade.
So let's block a food elk.
Okay.
And take 8, go to 2.
8 to 2. Land. I took this up, right?
Yes. No.
No, I didn't. It was up to 3.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I could have bounced. That's right. So we'll take this up and pass to you.
Okay. End of turn, I'll make a food.
Okay.
And I will pop 2 of them.
Okay, up to 8.
Yep.
All right.
And I'll also crack this, go to 7.
Okay. Let's hope you don't draw a Quaddle. All right, so draws I'm still afraid of. Urza could obviously open the door to some shenanigans. Cryptic Command, I guess, would be pretty good at bouncing to Fairy. But honestly, it's probably Oko. I'm just probably most afraid of just another Oko coming.
Quaddle.
Yep. Nice top deck. Yeah, I had another path. My hand was still okay. All right. Well, I mean, we just saw a battle of your Oko came down first, so I had to go to extraordinary measures to catch up.
Yours came down first. Then I had to go to measures to catch up.
And
then I couldn't remove yours, and then you drew out of your screw.
Yeah, and then once I freed your Oko and I had an Oko remain, the game was over. Yeah. But it just takes so long, But the game was realistically pretty over. So, all right, yeah, I think we should head to sideboard here because we got some finely tuned list. Not like Pioneer where we brew, but the sideboards we don't know exactly what metagame we're for. But Modern, these decks come with a pretty good sideboard. So we're gonna head to that. We're gonna take a short 5-minute break, and we'll bring you the rest of this match.
3 minutes.
3-minute break.
Hello, welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Simic Urza and Bant Snowblade.
Yeah.
On my side of things, we saw game 1 really revolve around the high-powered threats. My inability to find Urza, the fact that I couldn't stick my Oko until much later in the game because of Force of Negation, and then not able to deal with Corey's Oko before his raw card advantage took over. And Ice Fang Coatl, while it did, provide a little bit of an advantage, was very marginal, and it just didn't have a huge impact on the game. So I'm going to be boarding my copies out.
Let me stop you right there. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Ross Merriam. If those were Emery's, would you board them out?
No, I'm boarding Emery in.
Case closed.
And I'm also boarding out the one Aether Spellbomb.
Yeah, I don't even know how much I like that card either.
So I've been reasonably happy with it. I think it does a lot of neat things in terms of the positioning game.
Yeah.
But it comes out a lot because you just have more powerful things to be bringing in the post-war games. But it's such a strong generic answer that also just draws cards with Emery.
It's much better with this too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I've got a couple Dismembers to help deal with a Stoneforge Mystic early, a couple Veil Summers to help deal with Corey's counterspells. I'm not bringing in my own Mystical Disputes. They're just not as good in this matchup. You don't have Urzas for me to be countering with it. You have Teferis to shut off counterspells, so I don't want to have too many counters in my deck.
It's kind of a vicious circle, right? Because you need those Mystical Disputes to stop Teferi, but if Teferi lands, then you have bad top deck. So I'm with you. You have enough counterspells already. I need to stop you from getting Oko in play because I just can't beat it.
Yeah.
But
if we get to game 3 and I'm on the draw, I will probably bring these in on the draw and bring out an expensive counterspell, either Charm or Cryptic Command.
Yeah.
Probably Charm, so because Cryptic is just too good with Sanctuary.
Yeah. I like that. I like that.
On the play, I'd rather have the more proactive card, the card that can just do more things.
Yep, and as far as on my side, when it comes to the disputes, I want to have mine on play or draw because I'm trying to force through these 3-mana Planeswalkers. I have more of them, and all of them are very backbreaking. So I think play or draw, I want them, and I also have a little bit more dead cards. I'm taking out Path because honestly, Path did kind of win me the game essentially there because I got to out-tempo you, but normally it doesn't come down to those elk fights where I'm just trying to get one more elk. Normally, sure, I could take out an Urza, which could be really huge, but I'm already bringing in other removal. I might be wrong on this. I maybe should be taking out something different, but I have not liked Path, and when it's in my opening hand, it feels terrible. And the same Ice Fang Coatl has not been good. My Veils, I think, are even better against yours because you're bringing in, black removal spells and you have more counter spells. So I think that's great. On Thin Ice dodges all this kind of stuff, dodges the Veils. Plus, it's just a cheap way to interact without giving you a land. Mystical Dispute, which we talked about, and then Detention Sphere as my only clean way to actually deal with a resolved Oko. Plus, maybe it can clean up some Elk tokens, something like that. It still runs into the same problem of Veil and stuff, so I can see why there's not a ton of them, but yeah, I like this configuration.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's take our first question of the decade. It better be good, Rob. That's no pressure.
Well, it's from Asteas.
Oh, okay. That
classic.
Yeah. At the start of 2030, we'll probably start with Asteas as well.
Yeah.
And we love you for it.
They wanted to know, do you think the Heliod Ballista combo can be real in Pioneer? And do you think that if you build a deck with it, would it be green-white or Abzan?
Of course, too soon to tell because we haven't seen all the cards. But I mean, any kind of combo like that where it's a 2-card combo, even if you have to jump through a little bit more hoops than Felidar Guardian, Saheeli, I think is going to be viable, and it's definitely going to be tried. The thing I love about this card is Saheeli was a very vulnerable Planeswalker that came down on turn 3. This is an indestructible threat. But I think this is going to be one of those decks where you can't base it around trying to find the combo. It's going to be an aggro deck that just plays Walking Ballistic because it's a good card, and it plays that Heliod card because it's a good card, and then, oops, all of a sudden they can kill you. I think that's what it's going to have to be. As far as Celestia or Mono White, I wouldn't really have a great idea. Yeah.
The color combination is the thing that it's going to take some time to figure out.
Yeah.
I definitely think the combo can be real. I'm not as, Chicken Little as a lot of people are, just because it doesn't kill on 4 mana.
Yeah.
You go 3 mana Heliod, then 4 mana, unless you have the third card, there are various lands that help you do it that will kickstart the combo.
Yeah, you can go turn 1 Llanowar, turn 2 Heliod, turn 3 Ballista, Radiant Fountain, you're dead. But that is that's pretty unlikely.
Yeah, that's tough to do. and because of that, the 2-card combo isn't as robust as it might otherwise would be. And that's where I agree with Corey that because it's not robust enough, it needs to be in an aggro shell. And if you're going to be putting Heliod in an aggro shell, it needs to be very heavy white.
Yep.
I think cards like Anafenza, Kintree Spirit can be great because they can, they're, it's good with Walking Ballista, provides devotion, just reasonable in an aggro shell.
Yeah.
So I'd be looking down that route, and that route is probably very heavy white, which means you definitely don't want to be 3 colors.
Yeah.
So my first pass would probably be a heavy white splash green, probably to help dig towards key cards and play like Dramoka's Commander stuff.
You know what all I picture that card as when I saw it? It's just Wizards is like 2020 resolution is just to make the color white playable again. And so I'm just thinking they're going to put a lot of really strong white cards out there and just hope that, a deck services back up because we do not see many white decks in like almost any format, Like this is about the extent.
I've got some nice Odyssey Thundercloud Plains. I'm ready.
Nice. Let's take one more quick question before we get into this, Rob.
All right. Do you think it is getting close to Mox Opal's time in Modern?
God, I hope not. I just bought him.
God, I hope so, because I did not just buy them. It's been Mox Opal's time. Honestly, I want to ban Urza, Opal, and Oko. I'm just tired of all 3 of them.
Yeah.
I want them all gone.
It'd be a nice shakeup. Yeah.
Yes.
I think this deck is at the level where blue-green was in standard, where they're just like, you know what? Just killing one piece is only going to make it stronger.
We need to cut off the earth so nothing grows again.
You need to cut off the legs. You need to also take a pinky width to get this deck out of there.
All artifacts are now banned.
Yeah.
Astrolabe, Ginger Brute.
Yeah. I feel like Mox Opal was always...
Get out of here.
I feel like Mox Opal was always waiting for the ban announcements just like in the corner and just be like, but look at Hogak. But look at this card that's just barely more powerful. And then when there's no cards that's just more powerful, like right now, he's hiding right behind Oko and just be like, that's the real culprit. Don't look at me. But yeah, Mox Opal is on borrowed time for sure.
Get it out of here.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to be going first, I assume. Yep. Let's see how these hands look. Ooh, I have broken artifacts in my hand.
Well, my hand started with a Mox Opal, but it doesn't cast any spells.
Ooh,
so.
Mox Opal sucks then. Let's keep it free.
Never ban it.
I only had 2 broken artifacts in my hand instead of 3.
Ah, dang it. Well, that means your hand's terrible. So we look at my hand. My hand is not terrible. This is a nice mixture of stuff. We got some decent threats. Got a little acceleration, some shenanigans to fool around with. We're going to keep this, and we're going to take another question, Rob.
All right. How are you feeling about Theros so far? Are you super excited? Any cards that are really leaping off the preview page for you?
So I'll be honest. I've looked at a decent chunk because it is our job to stay current with this. Very soon we're going to be bringing you some new standard. But I just got back 2 days ago from Christmas vacation, and now I had to cram test Modern, so I haven't gotten time to just really soak it in yet. But from what I saw, I've liked, because I think the power level is a little bit lower than what we've seen, which I think is what we need. And you know what? I don't know if you guys know my analogy. I don't even know if this is necessarily an analogy, but it's Christmas morning when new cards comes out, so of course I'm excited.
Have you seen the new Pelucranos I got previewed today?
I haven't.
2 black-green. It enters the battlefield with 6+1/+1 counters. It's a 6/6.
Okay.
You can
2 black and a green?
2 colorless black-green.
Okay.
You pay colorless black-green, and it fights something.
Okay.
If damage would be dealt to it, instead prevent that damage and remove that many counters.
That many.
As escape for 4 black-green and 4 cards, I think.
Okay. 6 cards.
6 cards. And it escapes with 12 counters.
Okay, so that's if it's in your graveyard, you remove 4 other cards, escape, it's back into play.
And 6 mana. You just cast it from your graveyard.
Okay.
And if you do it that way, it's now 12.
Is it damage prevented by spells, or is it just combat damage?
Any damage.
Any damage?
So the damage when it fights.
Wow. So you lightning bolt it, -3/-3.
Yeah.
Wow, that's going to be powerful.
It's big.
We honestly, that's the one thing we really missed from 2019 is green cards were just terrible. We just really needed better green cards. Am I right, Rob?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, good. Let's give white, one good card. Let's get back to green cards. Let's go.
So having this Sanctuary in my hand is very awkward, but otherwise this hand is pretty good. And I don't have a ton of mana, so I'm actually going to put this Urza on the bottom.
Okay.
Might end up regretting that, but
Probably will.
we'll start by fetching for a breeding pool and playing a Gilded Goose.
All right.
I'm
honk,
at
honk.
17. I have a Skull Apple.
Okay, I'm going to draw. That was about the most heinous draw on the deck. All right, well, we are going to sack this, and I'm going to play the OG Goose, the bird. Then it's going to be your turn.
Okay.
All right, what do you got for me? Hopefully nothing
I have
good.
a tilt.
Good. Mystic Sanctuary tapped. Go. Let's
So
go.
we'll announce an Emery for 2 mana. Sack the food to pay for it.
Is that how that worked?
Yep.
Okay. Seems broken. Swing and a miss.
Yeah.
We love that. We love that. I don't have too much wrapped up for you. I got a decent little shenanigans. We're gonna start with an Astrolabe.
Yep.
Okay, that would have been much better to draw before. Now let's go get a blue, play Stoneforge, and search. All right, and we're gonna get a sword here and pass it to you.
So you're at 18. I'm at 17.
Correct. All right, 18 for me, 17 for you.
Well, that was a good draw.
Nice.
Bauble you. Sure.
Bobble's coming back.
Recast this bauble
Okay.
and pass the turn.
Okay.
I'll draw on your upkeep.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, now the question is, what do I want to try to force through here? And I mean, you could have like Dismember or something, but you would have did that already for Stoneforge. So I don't think you have that. Counterspells don't really affect the sword. So I'm thinking maybe I should try to get busy with the sword here. Let's do that. Okay. White. I'm going to put this into play.
Sure.
Oh, wait. Never mind. This doesn't work. I was like, I need one more mana. Okay. That's not a great play.
Do you not have a 3rd land? Oh, yeah.
I do, but I'd have to tap the birds. Yeah. I definitely want to play it when I can hit you with it. So let's just go with a Astrolabe.
Yep.
Draw a card. And we'll just go with a land and pass it to you.
End of turn. Make a food.
Okay.
And bauble you. Upkeep, draw from bauble.
Yep.
Draw for turn.
Bauble and Emery. Name a more iconic duo.
Target the bauble.
Yep.
Plain opal.
Yep.
Oko.
Oko the Broco. Okay.
I think I will just make a food
Okay.
and pass the turn.
All right. So now what do I want to do? I think I still want to get this sword in play. I think it seems better. How many cards you got?
3.
3. All right. Well, I will activate.
Yep.
Maybe I actually want to get this in play first. Batterskull.
Yep.
All right. We'll get this Germy Germ.
It's the BBD token.
Is it? Oh, BBD would be a germ. All right. I'll sack. Go to 18. Is that
Yeah.
good against you?
He had the batter skull.
I think I gave it away when I didn't think, oh, should I get Batterskull or this?
They almost always just get the sword against me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't think anything of it.
Sure. All right. So I still don't think you'd have Dismember. So now I think I can maybe even get Oko out of here. Oh, that was a good draw. Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Hmm.
Once you batter skull me, show me the top of your deck. Still on the end step, so I can hopefully draw into something.
Still at the end step? Okay,
Yeah.
I drew this.
You drew oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, just have me covered on every angle.
Okay, am I good to continue?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I was just commiserating.
Yeah, no problem. I'll put this into play.
Yep.
Put a sword into play. All equipped. And I'll attack Oko. Or do I want to attack you? Nah, we'll attack Oko. This does not trigger then, right?
No. You gain 6 though, you're 23.
Okay, and I'll pass to you.
Astrolabe.
Astrolabe, yep. Resolves.
Fetch to 16.
Okay.
Get another island.
Okay.
Playing Urza.
Urza. Ruh-roh. Okay.
It's not a bad draw.
Not bad, not bad.
Urza good.
Urza resolves, yep.
Perfect. Where are you, Matthias? Here we go.
There you go.
So now I have 5 artifacts. About to get 6 because of this bauble.
Okay.
So that actually does contain the batter skull. But you can move the sword over to the bird if you want to get through with that.
I want to get frisky.
I could. So we'll target the bauble.
Okay.
Cast that. I can activate the Urza now.
Don't you wish that was a Quaddle?
I could activate the Urza now, but that actually doesn't do a whole lot. Like if I hit an Oko, Oko's just going to die. So I don't think there's a reason for me to do that. I'll just pass the turn.
Okay. I'll untap. I will play this. Go with a Teferi. I suppose I want to tap this a little better. Go like that.
In response,
Okay.
make a blue, make a green, and veil. So that way my construct can't get bounced.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sack 22.
Yep.
I'm gonna spell Queller. Attempt to, I should say.
I have the rebuke, but the rebuke either forces me to tap the construct or sacrifice a food and thus make it smaller than the equipped germ.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not good for me, but I'm definitely countering the Queller, so I can at least draw a veil. I don't know if there was a better way for me to do this to not have to sacrifice a thing, but I don't think there was. Right? I have access to 6 mana.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess it's because I didn't have access to green, but I couldn't. I Urza'd.
Yeah, who knows? Are you casting it?
I astrolabed into Urza last turn. That was it. So yeah, there was no way for me to. There's no way. I'm definitely casting it.
Okay.
And I do not want you to get another. I think I'd rather chump block this for now and keep you tapped down. So I will tap these for blue and then tap the goose for another mana.
Okay, so that's countered. Veil resolves.
And I'll draw off the veil.
Yep. All right, then I will. Teferi resolves. So now I cannot target anything.
You can bounce her an astrolabe.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I'll attack you. Okay, I'll go to 28.
Yep.
And yeah, I guess I'll just tick up and pass to you. All right. Yeah, now you got the powerful creatures coming. It is quite scary. That size is a little less scary, but I'm less afraid of size.
I mean,
Unless
would it
we're
be a
talking about
versus
Master
video?
Thopterus, that'd be scary, but
Is it really a versus video if Ross doesn't draw a bunch of lands?
no, it really isn't.
Crack fetch.
Okay.
I'm at 15.
Yep.
And not a whole lot we can do.
Okay.
But I will activate the Urza.
Do some spinning.
It's until end of turn, yeah.
Yeah, you can cast stuff.
Teferi doesn't completely shut me down.
Yep. Cash money.
Flow to mana.
Okay.
The other one.
Okay.
Bauble you.
Okay.
Replay it with Emery. Still have a mana floating.
Yep. 5.
So that'll bring me to 5.
Yep.
I'll just flip the next one.
Yeah, you're good. That's a card.
Okay, let's bounce the germ token, draw a card. I think that's the best.
Okay.
Still not great, because you can bounce my Urza and then move the sword here and get a bunch of mana, but then I at least get to replay Urza and get a big thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I deal with the germ, so I think that's best for now.
Okay.
And I will pass the turn, and on your upkeep, I'll draw from my bauble.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid turn.
It would be if my hand had any relevant cards in it.
You keep saying that, and then you just have bomb turns.
Well, that was Urza off the top, so...
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, what do we want to do here? I think I would like to...
At least I have plenty of crappy cards to discard to sword.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotta look on the bright side, folks.
Okay, what would I like to bounce? I probably just want to bounce an Astrolabe here.
So, you probably just have another land, so you get to move both equipment over.
I'll bounce this. Draw. We have the detention sphere for the Urza to just cleanly answer it.
That's much worse.
Okay, and then I think I want to take 2 here.
That's also not good.
Go to 26. I'll equip this.
Yep.
I'm gonna play an Astrolabe. Draw. Actually, we're gonna play this.
Attack for 4.
4. Yep.
So I go to 11.
You discard.
Discard Scalding
Tap.
Tarn. You have 2 cards in hand?
I have 2. Yep.
I know one of them is Stoneforge Mystic
Yep.
from Bauble.
You know that. And then I will... Might as well cast this. Does nothing. So I do not have another equipment. And then I will pass to you. Now I have the ability to return Batter Skull if I want. But yeah, now we just want to try to fade some Urzas.
It's Urza. EE would also be very good here.
Yeah. And I mean, just look at this game. Like, you were so dead in this game if you didn't have Emery. Emery has just drew you like 8 cards. It's drew you a new hand, and you've seen every card I've drawn. It's been unreal busted.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna bauble myself.
Okay.
Is that good? Seems okay.
Okay.
I think we'll draw it. Cryptic bounce attention sphere, draw a card.
That's pretty bad for me. That's pretty bad for me. Guess we'll mana like that.
I'll pay.
Yep.
So that's in your hand.
Okay.
I draw this card. I get a Construct.
Yep.
unfortunately a little smaller than I would like. But what I do have is crack fetch, go to 10.
Okay. You got the Broco?
I have another goose. I do not have an Oko.
That's good.
That'll replace the food.
Yep.
And then we can emery this bauble.
Yep.
Now I'm up to 2, 4, 5. It's a 5/5. That's not great, but I will make 3 blue and draw 2 cards.
Okay.
And then pass the turn.
All right, so you got a 5/5 construct, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that was a pretty good draw. That was pretty good, actually. All right, so we'll tick up. Then we'll go with a Teferi.
Yeah.
Tick down. Draw. Ooh. All right. So now we can attack with Stoneforge, and you can chump, which I don't want to happen. So okay, we'll detention sphere that. Now we will attack with just this.
I go to 6.
6
I'll discard a
untap.
Gilded Goose.
Okay, we'll play a Broco.
Jesus.
We had some nice draws there. We had some nice ones. Okay, now I think it's time for the menace that is Emery to no longer
I
cause me
missed a bauble
trouble.
trigger on your turn, right?
No, because it's right here.
But then I returned it, right? Because I baubled myself.
missed the bubble.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Um,
fair.
In that case, we'll keep this goose around and instead pitch this.
See, okay,
this is-
gotcha. So I am going to Elk Emery, get that out of there, and then pass to you.
Once again, engineered explosives would be unbelievable.
Yeah,
I
it would
might
be
just
pretty
win
good.
the game on the spot.
Pretty good. What would you name it on?
It is not engineered explosives.
Yay! It's been a wild game.
Bauble myself.
Okay. It's been a wild game.
Urza.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can take the Urza if you really wanted to.
That'd be cool.
Another goose, get another food.
Okay.
Activate the Urza.
Okay.
Didn't like that top card.
Okay.
There's another
Okay.
bauble. This is where I hit the E, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I don't know if you understand what my life is like, but that's generally how it works.
Yeah, I would like that. Please do. All right.
It's not a bad one.
Not bad.
I guess I'll draw 2 cards.
Okie dokie.
I don't see taking an Astrolabe or a mana creature to be that good.
Yeah, not really.
And I have not played a land yet.
Okay.
So let's play Mystic Sanctuary and put Charm on top, I guess. We're just digging towards EE, but if I put Charm on top, do I have enough to E for 3 still if you get rid of the Urza? So this is 4, 7, 8. So I guess I do have exactly 8.
Okay.
So yeah, let's do that.
Charms on top.
And that means that's what I'm drawing with this bauble.
Okay.
So pass the turn.
End step.
Yep.
Germ this. All right. Untap. 5. I'll equip to birds. I'll equip to birds, and I will kill you.
In response to the sword equip.
Oh God. You'll respond to nothing.
Sure.
Yeah. You'll respond to nothing. Yeah, it was a crazy game. I mean, honestly, I just drew insane. My draw step was Teferi that last turn, and then the Teferi drew me into Oko, so I was able to maximize it. But I needed it. I mean, you were going to gain control again next turn, so.
Was I?
I think so. I mean, I get these swords have been really tough to deal with. I was just going to elk this, I guess. Maybe I just was in a commanding position the whole time.
Did I need to dismember the bird on my turn? I was just trying to think towards other things.
Yeah, I mean,
Obviously,
if you just remember that, I guess I elk this, and then I just get in with a giant batter skull.
You elk that, like I have one. I get to have one turn to block. Yeah, I guess you just elk this and then make me chump with Urza, and then I have to draw EE and like deal with other stuff. But I guess I had to do it to live. Maybe I needed to charm the bird then.
All right, how about this?
I don't know.
We're running out of time, and our audience is very smart. So, audience, you got an assignment while we take our 5-minute break. If you saw a play Ross maybe could have did, let us know. We'll take an answer at the start of our next round. But we're going to take a short 5-minute break, and then we're coming back with what? Grixis or Shadow? 4-color Shadow. And what do you got against me?
I am playing the new hotness sort of the format. This is Simic Titan.
Yeah.
Amuletless, amulet-y kind of deck. Just Titan field.
Amuletless, yeah. All right, let's see if the deck is as good as it seems or if his memes are just his dreams. We'll see after this 5 minutes.